I make my living as a video professional, and one of the things I oftentimes do is I have to carry a 20-pound television camera on my shoulder. And when I was 30 years old, I started to experience pain between my shoulder blades, lower back pain, and a variety of other things that made my job very difficult to do. As I was growing up, I also had some neck issues, some difficulties, just some pain and stiffness, where I became a chronic neck cracker, where I would grab my head and turn it in a way to crack vertebra and bones and try to offer myself some relief. So as I got older, all of these things started to create problems to where I felt I couldn't continue in my career. I thought I'd have to make a career change. I was referred to Dr. Forrest's office and told about upper cervical chiropractic, which to me, I didn't really know anything about, but I heard the word chiropractic and I was immediately skeptical. I had nothing really realistic upon which to base that, but I was skeptical. But the pain drove me to explore a way to treat it. After my first visit and the first correction, which was very gentle and very precise, I had no desire to crack my neck anymore. The back pain went away. The pain between my shoulder blades went away. I was able to accomplish my job carrying a heavy television camera and a lot of lifting and moving pain-free. And now I have been a long-time patient and I'm a big believer in upper cervical care and what it can do. And I have since learned the variety of things that it can affect. I've come to realize that this is a large part of my overall health. If these are aligned properly, my body straightens itself out naturally and my body functions as it should, as it was created to function. So all of these things, work towards my overall health. Because I've had so much success as a patient of upper cervical, when my wife and I decided to have children, I knew that upper cervical would be a big part of their lives from the time they were born. Because if you think about it, when a child is born, what happens? You grab the child's head and you pull it. There's any number of opportunities for a misalignment from birth. So my sons were seen by Dr. Forrest when they were only weeks old and were gently and precisely adjusted with the Blair method, and my children are extremely healthy. I think for a variety of the choices that we've made, but largely because of upper cervical and what I know it's doing, allowing their bodies to perform as they should. The interesting thing I have observed now that my sons are older, they're 8 and 6 years old, is if they take a fall or crash their bike or any number of other things and go out of alignment, or I presume to go out of alignment, I can tell because there are immediate changes in their behavior. My boys are pretty well behaved, pretty obedient, they're good kids. But when they're out of alignment, their moods change, their behaviors change, and it's amazed me as to the extent to which that happens. One of my sons will cry at the drop of a hat. He's a happy kid, but suddenly he becomes hysterical over nothing. Or one of them will become very angry and frustrated over the slightest things. Other issues that you might not associate with something like a misalignment or something in your spine, but it's astonishing to me that how many things I come to learn that are that upper cervical can affect. And I see it with my kids. My entire family is under upper cervical care, and we live a pretty healthy life, I think, as a result of that. My sons, they'd crash their bike, they could fall on the playground and get back up, and a lot of times they're fine because their bodies are stronger now, because they've grown up with their bodies healthy and in alignment and doing what their bodies are naturally made to do. And that's where I think everybody wants to be. I think that's the goal of this, because it's not going to be a restoration and a healing as much as it is ultimately maintenance for the body to stay healthy and do what it's supposed to do on its own. We want to live active, healthy lives for many, many years to come. And I see the investment that we make in our care within upper cervical as something that will keep us healthy and keep our bodies working like they should. We are so grateful to Dr. Forrest and Upper Cervical Care and what we have learned. We have our lives. I occasionally will think back to the pain I was in before because I want to always remember that that could have been my future. That could have been the rest of my life. And because I know what I know now, after having been a beneficiary of this care, I, my wife, our family, my children, all of our lives will be healthier, more productive, and happier ones because of what we've learned with upper cervical.